Moving on now, it was another beautiful weekend for Nigerian players across the globe. Goals scored in Italy. Victor Osimhen is back in his groove. So you saw the leap, Air Osimhen.
Yeah, that's a new one now.
Osimhen was on target. Awoni as well, also on target. 6 goals now in the Bundesliga. Osimhen 5 goals in the Serie A. We also have Omar Sadiq as well. 6 goals in Spain's La Liga 2. Paul Onuachu, 9 goals. We'll touch on Paul Onuachu much later on in the show. 9 goals as well in the Belgian Pro League. Now, I want to ask, put this to you. Has it been any better? You follow football for a longer period more than I do. The striking options we have now, the amount of options we have. A lot of players who are on form. Terry Murphy hasn't kicked on the way he ended last season. But, has it been any better with the amount of options we have now? Strikers kicking and firing all over the globe.
I think we've had something like this before. We've had a time where Richard Owobokiri was in form, Michael Biku was in form, Rachidi Yekini just at about the same time. And they were hitting it really hard. Okay? We're talking goals in their 30s, 25, 30 goals. Michael Biku, Richard Owobokiri, Rachidi Yekini, all in the 25 to 30 numbers, and then Samson Siasia, and then you have a few other ones there. They were more well established than the ones we have today, because you could align their performance from club and country in perfect form, right? Right here, we still have players that they're scoring goals for their club, but we're not really sure what they will come back to do. Yeah. And then at the time also, we have it very balanced, because on the left hand side you have a Lao. Before Amunike came in later in '94, you have a Lao whose crosses were pinpoint and accurate, and then you have Finidi George, who for me was flawless. He never made a mistake. He never put a foot wrong with his crosses and his passes. He knows when to make a true ball. He knows when to make a cutback. He knows when to put the ball on the grass, and he knows when to lift the ball high. There was just some kind of synergy and perfection amongst them. Now, in terms of numbers, okay, so then we had quality. Now I think we have quantity. So in terms of numbers, the volume now is more than that time. And you can understand too that we had more players going to Europe now compared to that time. But the quality then beats the quality now. What we have right now is plenty of players, yeah, but very few can deliver on a club and country basis without flinching. Victor Osimhen may be Kelechi Iheanacho here and there. The other guy, Moses Simon, is unplayable at club level, but national team
too. Even when it comes to the national team, it doesn't.
Yeah, you don't see that high performance. But I mean, his numbers are very good. Yeah, go to game ratio for the country is very, very good. And then you have Simi Wankwo that we talked about last season, not there. Terry Murphy still haven't found his bearing in the national team as well as this season in the club level. And then you look at the wide players. My real problem with the Super Eagles is not even with the guys who are in the middle, because you can only attack the balls that you're giving. The guys playing wide are not as precision perfect as the guys we used to have. So Chukwueze, Moses Simon, Simon Kalu, Onyekuru. Onyekuru for me is not really a wide man. He's a center man, but it's like the Thierry Henry anyway. Yeah. And then you have the new one, Chidera Ejuke, who for me is flamboyant and beautiful, but needs some wisdom, some sense in knowing when to drop the ball for his teammate and when to play to the gallery. He seems to be playing a whole lot to the gallery, and Nigerians love him. Again, this is that thing that I always tell you, that if you want to grow in this job, don't listen to what the crowd are saying. The crowd will mislead you. If you take the public opinion to judge how good a player is, you would not have your own instinct on this job. I've seen many players that people hail because the crowd are saying it. Somebody will go on radio and say, "Oh, that player is good," because they took public opinion. But at the end of the day, the player is really not good enough. We saw that with Okocha. Okay, his first 10 years in the national team, as talented, prodigiously, incredibly talented, one of the most talented players to come out of Africa, there was just something missing in Okocha's game. But people were just getting excited and shouting, "Hosanna, Hosanna, Hosanna, Hosanna," but there was no substance to all of those Hosanna. It's the same thing with Chidera Ejuke, same thing with Samuel Chukwueze. Moses Simon, you see, what I like about Moses Simon, yes, his deliveries might be very, very poor, very, very bad. He's still the highest assist.
The French league.
No, apart from the French league, in the national team currently with the qualifiers, he's still got the highest assist. Okay, but his work rate, his ability to track back. When you look at Moses Simon, you will not see why Nicolas Pepe is a useless player. Because He doesn't track back. It
I
doesn't.
think that's why Roy uses him ahead of the other guy, Samuel Kalu.
So when Roy is selecting his team, I'm trying to get into his head, and I'm saying Roy is saying to himself, we will definitely score goals, but I want cover when we're going and when we lose the ball. We can't. No matter how good we are, we can't keep possession for 90 minutes. So the opposition will also have their time. I need a guy who can walk tirelessly like a camel, who can go and come back without, a dropping shoulder. And that's Moses Simon. That's where he nails it completely. That's what Ahmed Musa used to be anyway. But, I mean, it's older now. I just hope that these players get, honed properly, and then they just know when to put their crosses. Because from me, Osimhen can score with his feet, he can score with his head. Galatian Asho is a good support striker. And then you get from the bench, Paul Onuachu, who doesn't need 10 chances to score 1 goal. And you have maybe it's going to be Onyekuru. Onyekuru has not really banged it for Nigeria anyway. But when you watch him play for his club, especially at Galatasaray, this guy has got goals in him. Okay,
he's at Olympiacos now, and he hasn't picked up really well.
When he left Turkey to Olympiacos, seems like the thing has slowed down a bit. But then all of the players that are responsible for scoring goals, if we can get people, if for instance Victor Osimhen get 5 clear-cut chances per game, I could bet that he will score 2, if not 3. It's the same thing for Kelechi Iheanacho. If we could create 5 clear-cut chances for him, the good thing with Kelechi is he can score from outside the 18-yard box, he can score in the box, he can score anywhere, he can score any type of goal. Put it on his left leg, he can score. On his weaker right foot, he can score. But let's just get the creators of the goal doing it well. The thing again with Nigeria and the Nigerian media is that we're so focused on the number 10 position that we must get a number 10. Most time it's not about the number 10. It's about the whole team coming together to be creative. So because we don't have a number 10, we don't find somebody who can play.
Yeah, wingers can create, fullbacks can create. Anybody can be creative in the field.
When Liverpool went on that incredible run, who was their number 10? They didn't have a number 10 like a Kevin De Bruyne or a Mesut Ozil. Trent Alexander-Arnold and what's it called?
There were a lot of calls for continual replacement and all that, but they found a way. Their fullbacks started doing the job.
So we need to have people who can deliver very well. Liverpool have gone for a very long time, apart from the hat-trick that Firmino scored. It has gone very long time without scoring a goal. But the 2 guys on the side, the way they arrow their 4-3-3 is such a way that Sadio Mane and Mo Salah, they go wide, but then they know how to ziplock into the middle and then get the goals and then go wide again. So if we can build our team in such a way, I'm praying that preparing to the Nations Cup, their clubs will release them on time, and then Gernot Rohr will do his job. Because, we can defend and cover for him as best as we can, but then there's got to come a time where you need to do your job, explain your tactics to your players very well, and hopefully too that the players would also listen, because there's also that part where you tell the players what you expect of them, what you need them to do, why they should do this, why they should do that, and then the players will still go into the field and decide to do their own.
You are listening to Elegbete TV Radio.